Welcome back to Brother Wolf, Sister Moon Divination. Hello, my dear fellow spirit workers. I hope you are doing well. Spirit has called me. It's been a while, but Spirit has called me to come and give a message to the collective. Okay, as you saw, the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, very powerful. Okay, so at the center we have the Seven of Wands reversed. We have Temperance reversed and the World reversed. So let's take a look at this. So clearly this is some kind of conflict. And at this point you feel exhausted. Emotionally exhausted. You feel worn down. And so you have to draw a line in the sand. Enough is enough. And the healing starts with you. And so you have to, whatever this chaos is, it has to stop. And so a retreat. Yes. You've got to go on some kind of short retreat. This isn't the first time this card has come up for our group. Some message was received, or you learned about some information that has stirred everything back up. Don't take the bait. Just stay out of it. You already know what this story is. So this is physical. This could be have a physical or very close to becoming or has become very close to physical. That's why it has to stop. Okay, so this is an unresolvable issue. So, sometimes we gravitate to certain types of people because it's something familiar to us. Maybe it reminds us of some other trauma that we saw growing up. And it seems normal and safe in a way, even though it's unsafe. So, this is a two-pronged issue. So, obviously, if this is a love reading, and I'm putting that in quotes because it's really kind of chaotic, and I would say anything but love right now, for sure. Maybe there was, but no. Toxic narcissist. Yep. You deserve better. But you're not ready for it. You have to do internal work on yourself too. So what this happened here isn't your fault per se, but it's, we pull in certain energy that we mirror, right? We send off energy and certain frequencies come back. So we have to draw boundaries. We have to work on ourselves and get at those issues, because then and only then will we stop pulling this back into our life. Yeah. You're not going to be pulled into this. However tempting, I could just get one more dig in, or I can just get one more last word. It's not worth it. Alafia. So this is damage control. We have to put a boundary. So visualize a fortress of protection. And okay, you were blindsided by this, okay? Your energy was low and your guard was down, and maybe you ignored certain signs. No. Your energy was low and you were vulnerable. Well, clearly this wasn't the person or situation that was going to really help. So we learned from this experience, and we're going to set boundaries. And things will turn around. So this card, you know, what comes up comes down. And so even when we're in a bad time, eventually the wheel will start turning in our favor. So it will. But right now, we've got to clear the situation, protect ourselves. We're in sort of defense mode. I don't mean paranoid defense mode. I mean intelligent, logical defense mode. Don't get into some altercation with somebody. Don't try to get the last word in. Don't seek an action that's vengeful. Don't do it. Famously, Confucius, famous Chinese philosopher, says, before you embark on your journey toward revenge, dig 2 graves. Right? So in the end, you only end up hurting yourself. So let it go. Let the wheel of karma sort this out. Okay? And know your worth. Know your value. And sometimes it's just better to be on your own than be with a toxic person. Okay, Spirit, you want them to do some kind of offering. White bath for 3 days. Include some milk. Cow's milk. White flowers. Oh, no. Shea butter. So you're going to melt a little bit. It doesn't take much to get, so there's a lot of you can get shea butter almost anywhere now. Some products already come with shea butter. If they're high quality, they'll have a high count of shea butter in it. But you can, the best is the raw shea butter. I think I've shared this video. Let me bring it. Hold on. Okay, so here it is. African shea butter, 100% natural. This is the pure, right? Very earthy, grounding, Mother Earth protection, insulation. So you just need a little nub of this. And you could put that, you know, in your little bath that you're going to make. And then run some warm water over that. That'll loosen it up, start melting it with the white flowers, the cow's milk. Doesn't have to be a lot. And cascarilla. So I could provide a link for all this stuff, but this is all stuff you can find online. And you're going to sprinkle some of that in, and you're going to do that for 3 days. Okay, so you're gonna prepare. So like all you need is 3 white flowers, theoretically. So you can take a bunch of white flowers, put them in a vase. You can just keep them around. That would also be good in the house, or in your apartment, or wherever. And then you're gonna, every time you go to take that bath, you're gonna pluck one of the white flowers. And I've shown you in tutorials before, you just pluck off the petals and just sprinkle them in the milk, the water, warm water, a nub of the shea butter, the cascarilla. You could add even a little bit of cologne in there, a little perfume, or some kind of spiritual type cologne, that like after bath splash kind of cologne. And you're going to pour that on yourself head to toe. And as you do that, of course, take a bath first, shower first, and then pour that elixir, that cleansing shell, insulation, cleansing bath. And you're going to do that for 3 days in a row. And you're going to avoid all contact, no social media. You're going to go under the radar. We need to go away from visibility and being under the radar. Consider taking a weekend getaway. Stay at a friend's house, a cousin's house, maybe in the next town. It doesn't have to be very far, and you don't have to spend a lot of money, but I think this is needed, like a retreat. We've gotten this for our group before, so it's due again. So hopefully you did it before, and then just always have an escape hatch somewhere you can get away, even if it's something as simple as just walking in nature. But ideally, leaving the area, if it's possible, is a good idea. Don't be so accessible. And this is only going to work if it's genuine. This is not to be playing games like, oh, I'll disappear, they'll miss me, and then they'll come looking for me. That's not what this is. This is an honest break away from the situation, and self-work, self-care, repairing and knowing your self-worth, cleansing and healing yourself from past traumas, and setting that intention forward. And you have been through a lot, but you're a strong person and you'll get through this. So resilience is key. Okay, so you got this. This is not your first time at the rodeo. Maybe not to this degree. And if this is a new type of experience and a betrayal, it hurts. It's part of life, and you'll get through it. And so what lessons have you learned? Everything is karmic. Everything is part of the collective unconscious. The collective conscious, I should say. So other people have been in this situation and they got through, and you will also. Yes, do a positive affirmation, tarot spell. So you're going to find cards that are going to help you. So first of all, we can put this temperance card upright. We're going to put the world card upright. We're going to imbue and include the Wheel of Fortune to cleanse this cycle out of the way, to lead us to greater happiness. And I want the Strength card here. Where is it? And crowning this is the Strength card. Okay? So you're going to create this. And of course, you could just draw these symbols. If you don't have a deck of tarot for yourself, make one. Or you could even just put the symbol. The numbers themselves can be a powerful mantra. Okay? Put a white candle. And you're going to make like a little offering And you're going to make like a tea. Sagittarius. So you're going to get a tea. You're going to brew some tea. So you're going to put, you can have this on a pot, simmering slow on your stovetop. You could even do this in the microwave, but of course the on a stove would be better. On a low heat, monitor what's happening. Don't let it overflow or burn. Water, eucalyptus, not eucalyptus, bay leaf, cinnamon, water, cinnamon, bay leaf, Is it an herb? No. Star anise. They want something else. Cloves. Is it a spice? Nutmeg. Finally, yes. So you're gonna put that offering of that special tea. I mean, of course, this is in those ingredients. There's everything in that is edible. So food grade items, please. Don't use like potpourri or fake things. Real bay leaf, a few some. Did we say peppermint? Yeah, peppermint, star anise, cinnamon, and nutmeg. And then you're going to offer that here on your setup with your almost like a vision board, you could call it, or a spell, to bring in this powerful strength, correct these things that need to be corrected, and looking for a more positive, and at the core of it is strength. Okay? This is your message. Okay, our group, is very strong, and we feel things so passionately, and this is life. Life brings ups and downs, and we need strength and resilience to get through. And sometimes these lessons are needed to be learned. So I know you'll get through it. Take a deep breath, set your boundaries, know your value. Okay? I always like to bring in, prayers. You can do any prayer you want, any sort of affirmation, mantra. I'm eclectic. Some of the Psalms are very powerful too. Many really fascinating Psalms, and each one corresponds. But pick one you like, or don't use them at all. You can pick anything you want. But a needed meditation, some mindfulness, all of this is going to help. And better times are on the way. Just have faith, be strong, and this will work out. But the healing has to start with you, knowing your worth, healing past trauma, and knowing that you deserve better. But you have to start with yourself first. We have to. Okay, this is your reading, yes? Yes. Okay, be well, my dears. Stay strong and resilient, and this will work out. And as always, God is love.